Hello friends, welcome back to ProsthoHub. Myself, Dr. Jolsna, and in today's session I shall be discussing the recent advances in implant prosthodontics part 3. So in our previous session we have covered up to advances in the surface modifications as well as implant materials, and in this session we shall be discussing the advances in implant abutments and some of the softwares simplifying the treatment planning. So before getting into detail, I request everyone to please do like and share my videos if you are finding them useful. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe and show your support. And if you have any queries, any suggestions or any topics that needs to be discussed, please comment below the video or you can directly mail me at this mail ID. So let's begin. Under the advances in implant abutments, we shall be discussing 6 abutments, that is the angulated abutments, the UCLA abutments, multi-unit abutment, the 3 different types of overdenture abutments, peak abutments and ceramic abutments. So what is an abutment? Implant abutment is the portion of the dental implant that serves to support or retain a prosthesis. So this portion is called as the abutment, which mimics the tooth crown and aids in tooth replacement, and it remains exposed in the mouth. So based on their use, it can be classified as healing abutment, that is placed during the healing phase. Then comes the provisional abutment and the permanent abutments. Again, permanent abutments can be the stock abutment, which are the prefabricated abutment usually available along with the implant system, or it can be castable abutments, which are used especially when stock abutments cannot be used, that is in certain conditions of extreme angulation problems. So let us discuss one by one of these in detail. The first one, angulated abutments, which are used to improve the path of insertion of the prosthesis or the final aesthetic result, especially when an implant is placed at an angle. So when there is an inappropriate implant alignment, it can cause mismatch between the long axis of the implant and the abutment long axis, which makes the prosthesis fabrication difficult. So in such cases, angulated abutments were introduced which supported off-axis loading, and the angle ranged from 10 to 35 degree. That is, this can be used when the long axis of the implant is approximately 15 to 30 degree out of parallelism with the long axis of the adjacent teeth or the adjacent implant. And it has got 12 facets and 12 positions of angulation in a 360 degree circle. And one more thing you need to take care is that it is very important to determine sufficient space availability to ensure an accurate and aesthetic emergence profile. Otherwise, it can result in exposure of the metal margin. So this is about angulated abutments. Next is the UCLA abutments, the abbreviated form of Universal Clearance Limited Abutments. So these are customized abutments that allows connection of the prosthesis directly to the implant. That means the crown is directly fixed to the implant body without an intervening abutment. These are available as plastic castable sleeve or as gold palladium, and this simplifies the complicated prosthetic rehabilitation in situations like limited interocclusal space. So as the name suggests, that is clearance limited abutment. So when there is limited interocclusal space, you can use UCL abutments. And in cases where there is compromised interproximal distance and complicated implant angulations, the UCLA abutments can correct the angles up to 30 degree. And also in situations that demand excellent soft tissue response and in cases where aesthetics is of primary concern. So UCLA abutment, you can expect this as a viva question in your practical exams too. So these are basically customized abutment that allow connection of the prosthesis directly to implant without an intervening abutment. Coming to multi-unit abutments, which was introduced by the company Nobel Biocare in the year 2001. So these abutments were used when restoring a full arch screw retained implant prosthetic case, that is an all-on-4 case. So in such cases, even a minimal discrepancy in the implant interface axis can cause restorative challenges, and multi-unit abutments can overcome these restorative challenges because of a wide variety of angles as well as collar heights. So they are available as straight and angled, that consist of 17 degree, 30 degree and 45 degree. And because of this angulation, it offers greater flexibility for the dentist while placing all-on-4 implants, and this can also be used in situations of height discrepancies as well as misalignment of implants. Next is about the abutments that are used in overdenture cases. Mainly they are of 3 types: locator attachments, ball attachments and bar attachment. Let us see one by one. The first one, that is a locator attachment, which is again of 3 types, that is locators that is incorporated in a bar, and locators that is used as an implant attachment and that used as a root attachment. So these are the locators that is incorporated onto a bar. So this is the bar and locators are incorporated, and it consists of 2 parts, that is the male and the female. So this is the male component, which consists of a replaceable nylon insert that gets fit into the permanent denture cap, that is the female part, that is the matrix. So this is the matrix that is having a replaceable nylon insert, and this is the matrix. So this is the locators that is incorporated into the bar, and the retention value of the locator attachment depends upon the color of the matrix, that is the nylon insert. The next one is the locator attachment that is used as an implant attachment. So again, this is the male component, that is the replaceable nylon insert that is fitted into the permanent denture cap, that is the matrix. Again, it can be as root attachment. So these are the different varieties of locator attachment, and in order to place the locator attachment, we make use of a locator core tool. So this is a 3-part incorporated into one tool. The first portion, that is the tip. So this is used for removal of the male component, that is the nylon ring. So this is used for gripping and removing the nylon insert from the metal caps that is incorporated into the overdenture. And this central portion, this is used for placing the retainers inside the metal caps, that is for placing the replaceable nylon insert into the metal caps in the overdenture. And this portion is used for carrying the locator abutment into the oral cavity, and also used as a hand driver to fix it onto the implant. So in order to screw the abutment onto the implant, we make use of this portion, and this is a plastic ring which helps to carry the abutment into the patient's mouth without falling off. So without this plastic case, we cannot use this portion as a driver for carrying the locator abutment. So in order to carry the locator abutment to tightly fit into this, we need the plastic ring. So these are the 4 portions of the locator core tool. So the tip is for removal, and this is for insertion, screwing, and this one is for retention of the abutment onto the screwing tool. Next one is the ball attachments, which are the most commonly used ones in overdenture cases. So here it consists of a ball head screw, a transmucosal element which is available in various collar heights of 0.5, 2 mm and 4 mm to accommodate for various soft tissue thickness, and also the attachment mattress. And here also there are plastic inserts which are usually color coded, white, yellow and red ones, and depending upon their color is their retention value. The third one is the bar attachment, which can be castable or prefabricated, and they offer increased retention, increased stability. It permits splinting of implants, and it can also mask residual ridge resorption. And the most commonly used bars are a round bar. This one is the Hader bar, and this is the Dolder bar, and you can see the retentive clips that is used for retention that is accommodated into the dentures. So these are the different varieties of overdenture attachments. Coming to PEEK abutments, that is the polyether-ether ketone abutments. So we have already discussed about PEEK implants in our previous session. So these PEEK abutments, similar to PEEK implants, act as an excellent substitute for titanium because of its biocompatibility, and it offers excellent aesthetics, ease of modifying, and it has got adequate strength and resistance to repetitive masticatory forces. So these can be used in cement or screw retained temporary restoration, or it can be also used for immediate loading and immediate implantation. So the main advantage is that they are much more reliable, easy to modify and cost effective, excellent aesthetics, high resistance to repetitive masticatory forces. Finally, coming to the ceramic abutments, which can be of densely cindered high purity alumina ceramic, or it can be yttria stabilized tetragonal zirconia polycrystal ceramic. So they are of two varieties, either alumina or yttria stabilized zirconia, and they are available in prefabricated or customizable form. And the ceramic abutment has got improved mechanical properties of flexural strength, fracture toughness, modulus of elasticity, and has got improved aesthetic appearance. So particularly they are used in anterior restorations. Examples of ceramic abutment systems are CerAdapt and CeraVan by the Nobel Biocare company. Thus we have completed the recent advances in implant abutments, and next we shall see some of the softwares used to simplify the implant treatment planning. The first one is the Simplant software, which is a comprehensive 3D system for accurate and predictable implant treatment. So this software provides guided implant surgery, delivering a restorative driven implant treatment. So with the help of Simplant software, you can create computer generated drilling guides by the process of stereolithography that are called as Surgi guides, and this helps for ideal implant positioning. And as you can see here, the Surgi guide consists of metal cylindrical tubes corresponding to the number of the desired osteotomy preparation, and they also have specific drill diameters, and these diameter is usually 0.2 millimeter larger than the corresponding drill. So this will make the angle deviation less likely. And this Surgi guides can be bone, teeth or mucosa bone. So you can see here a set of Surgi guides. And Simplant Pro 18.5 is the latest version of this Simplant software, and this is one of the most comprehensive dental implant planning suites on the market, and they give you all the innovative tools in the Simplant portfolio. Next is the Nobel Guide, which was introduced by the Nobel Biocare, and this was almost similar to that of the Simplant software. And Nobel Guide is a complete treatment concept for diagnostics, treatment planning and guided implant surgery from a single missing tooth to an edentulous jaw. So it helps you diagnose, plan the treatment and place the implants based on the restorative needs and surgical requirements. Next is the Nobel Clinician software, which is the next generation software for digital diagnostics and treatment planning. So this software combines a patient's detailed clinical information with 3D radiographic data into a sophisticated virtual environment. So the digital treatment planning is made by combining information from two sources. One is a CBCT scan of the patient, which is merged with the scan of the model and the wax-up that is made from Nobel Procera 2G scanner. And this special function and technique of merging the two scans is called as Smart Fusion. And the Nobel Clinician software updated form is the Nobel Clinician 1.5, which provides enhanced efficiency and safety with new visualization features. And this also provides a wide range of planning options as well as optimized biomechanics, functionality and aesthetic outcome when used in combination with the Nobel Guide concept. Finally, the computer-aided designing and manufacturing software, which is used to design a product and program the manufacturing processes. So, CAD/CAM software is used in the designing of prosthesis, milling or fabrication of the prosthesis framework as well as abutments. And the advantages of CAD/CAM implants and abutments are superior fit, and also there is less degree of rotational freedom, resulting in accurate implant abutment connection. And some of the CAD/CAM system are Procera provided by the Nobel Biocare, Atlantis by AstraTech and Etcon by Straumann. Next, we are going to discuss the advances in implant abutment junction, which we shall be continuing in our next session. So thank you everyone for watching my video. Please do like and share my videos if you are finding them useful, and if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe ProstheHub and show your support. If you have any queries, suggestions or any topics that need to be discussed, you can comment below the video or you can directly mail me at this mail ID. So thank you all once again, and we shall meet in our next session.